Good afternoon and welcome to another edition of Juvenile Dreams, a production of Rebuilding Drug-Free Foundations. My name is Gbenga Adekeye and you're listening to Royal FM 95.1. Juvenile Dreams is a program where we talk about drugs, drug misuse, drug abuse, drug addiction, and other vices that are interconnected with drugs. This program comes up every Saturday by 1:30 p.m. on Royal FM 95.1. So you can set your schedule to tune in every Saturday by this time to listen. Now, if you have any questions or you need counseling or you need help dealing with a drug situation, either for yourself, a family member, or a friend, you can always call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. I take the number again, a call or a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. And people have been getting in touch, and we are really encouraged by that. And I want to encourage you to avail yourself of this opportunity as well. I know a lot of people need help, and we are doing our best possible to attend to everyone as best as we could. I want to also ask that when you get in touch, please be patient. We attend to so many people. So don't be offended if you don't get immediate or prompt response. At times, we have to respond to some critical cases that might pause responding to you. So please be patient and just know that you will be attended to. So if you need counseling or you want to talk to someone on any issue that is related to drug misuse, abuse, or even addiction, please feel free to call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. I take the number again, 0816 598 8565. Thank you. When you notice that your children or house helps are in the unusual habit of taking the keys to wash your cars frequently, it's time to have a rethink. They may be sniffing fuel. This is just a teaser for today. We'll be discussing this in another edition of the program. Sometime last year, various worrisome images and video clips suspected to be those of Chidima Ujuku, an undergraduate of Mass Communication Department at the University of Lagos, Unilag, who is alleged to have murdered the Chief Executive Officer of Super TV, Michael Adekeye, surfaced on the social media. One of such clips shows the 21-year-old lady smoking what looks like cannabis and puffing intermittently. Though, well, as at that time, they couldn't confirm the identity of the smoker, but the suspect later confessed on camera that alongside the late sugar daddy, she had taken some intoxicants before struggles over sex led her to stabbing Mr. Adekeye to death. That makes this matter takes center stage of public discourse in Nigeria just few hours to the 2021 edition of International Day Against Drug Abuse and Illicit Trafficking is a confirmation of the experts' view that the country and Africa by extension sits dangerously on a keg of gunpowder over rising cases of drug use and drug abuse. Now, various research outputs by experts and relevant national and international organizations have consistently revealed the dangerous rising cases of drug use in the country and the damaging consequences of violent crimes, abuses, and health complications. Today, like all over the world, the United Nations Office on Drugs and Crime, UNODC, says many Nigerian adolescents no longer see the harmful effects of cannabis despite its biting consequences. From research and reports on the deplorable state of the abuse of drugs and substances in Nigeria, in 2019, the 2018 National Drug Use Survey, a joint research by the National Bureau of Statistics, NBS, and the Center for Research and Information on Substance Abuse, that's CRISA, with technical support from the UNODC, was launched. The document gives a damning account of the rising drug use in Nigeria, noting that as of the time of the research, 14.3 million Nigerians aged between 15 and 64 Yes, engaged in drug use. Now, of this figure, the survey added that about 3 million were drug dependent and suffering from substance induced disorders. But the latest report by the UNODC hints of a sharp degeneration above the global average in the near future. According to the report, instead of the expected 11% increase in the global number of drug users by 2030, the projection is 40% in Nigeria and the whole of Africa. So if the whole world is estimating that, well, projecting that maybe by 2030 we are going to have 11% increase in global number of drug users, 40% of those people, or those people who are abusing drugs, will be from Nigeria and Africa. Now, in Nigeria, this will signify that the country will have to grapple with approximately 20 million drug users by 2030, further deepening the public health and public security challenges. That's what the report stated. The statistics also says about 11 million Nigerians took cannabis as of 2018, while 4.6 million and 2.4 million others were said to have used opioids and cough syrups, respectively. Other substances said to have been commonly taken in Nigeria include tranquilizers and sedatives, solvents and inhalers, among others. And most especially, the cocktail Colorado, which is gaining quite a lot of fame these days. Well, at this junction, I want to take a break for some commercials before we continue. Don't go away, I'll be right back. Welcome back. You're still listening to Royal FM 95.1. My name is Gbenga Adekeye, and the program is Juvenile Dreams, a production of Rebuilding Drug-Free Foundations, a program where we talk about drugs, drug misuse, drug abuse, drug addiction, and other vices that are interconnected with drugs. This program comes up every Saturday by 1:30 p.m. on Royal FM, so you can set your schedule to tune in every Saturday by this time to listen. Now, I want to encourage you, if you want to get some information on depression, there is a film, a movie on EVOM channel. The channel that was just advertised now, EVOM channel on YouTube. There's a film there titled Cocked. Please watch it. I believe it will help you a lot when you're dealing with depression. Now, if you need counseling or you want to talk to someone on any issue that is related to drug misuse, abuse, or even addiction, please feel free to call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816-598-8565. I take the number again, 0816-598-8565. This afternoon again, I have Isaac James and Joel Adalumo in the studio with me. Isaac is a student of the Federal University of Technology, Mina, studying cybersecurity, and Joel is a growing entrepreneur and a graduate of the University of Ilorin. You're both welcome.
Thank you very much, sir.
Now to today's discussion. You see, during the COVID-19 pandemic, the lockdown, there was a drastic increase in the use of cannabis and other non-medical pharmaceutical drugs. I don't know if you are aware of that from your own environment among students.
Within the student environment, I would say there was actually somewhat of a decrease.
Okay.
Even though on the larger scale, it kind of was a drop in the bucket. What I mean is that with students who tend to abuse drugs, it tends to be a lot more difficult for them to abuse drugs while they are at home.
Okay.
And with the COVID-19 pandemic, a lot of the students who typically would be able to have free reign abusing drugs while in school would not be able to do that in their parents' house. On the other hand, though, there was also somewhat of an increase in some regard because for people who, for instance, were caught outside with the pandemic, some people were not able to get back to their houses before the quarantine and social distancing of the thing came into effect, so they were kind of stuck in school. So with those kinds of people, they had free reign there, and there was little security on ground. There were fewer people, so they would have free reign to do drugs as much as they wanted to.
You want to say something, Joel?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Actually, you have no idea how much people do anything to stop or avoid boredom.
Okay. Yeah.
Boredom just pushes, like, some people have sense, but when they're bored, it's like it's thrown out of the window. People do anything and everything when they're bored, from sensible things. I mean, sometimes people are bored and they come up with business ideas.
Okay.
And then some people are bored, and then that's when they start chatting with someone that they totally have nothing to do with, and they're building relationships totally on the basis of boredom. And someone can pick up drugs. You know, people are raving on the social media, on internet. Of course, COVID-19, there was a lot. So if someone had some kind of influence with drugs, with the kind of things they see online, because I feel that what people watch online, they had more ability or more opportunity to practice during the COVID. So if someone was prone to that kind of atmosphere, that kind of association, that time would have given them a time to want to explore more, and because of boredom.
Maybe if you look at it in this light again, quite a number of people had nothing doing, as you said, during that time. So let's remove the aspect of students being in school or whatever. The general public now, a good number of people, a good number of these labor workers, manual labor workers, bricklayers and things like that, all these garage touts, they had nothing doing. So it was like they had the opportunity out of boredom now to find something doing. So most of this opportunity was spent taking drugs, just to while away time, get the boredom out of their senses. So don't you think that?
Absolutely.
Okay.
I actually believe, or I think, that COVID-19 was a net negative in regards to drug abuse. And I think the statistics also show that. So there was a sharp increase in domestic violence and drug abuse just after the COVID-19 pandemic hit. And it's no wonder why. When people are stuck in their houses, they have nothing to do. Boredom, like you said, it's only a matter of time before they begin to look for destructive ways to cure such boredom. So, absolutely.
So I want to put the studio line open, so you may want to call with your comments, with your contributions. The number to call on is 0810-850-1371. I repeat, 0810-850-1371. You may call to contribute. You may call to make your comment. You may call to ask your question. 0810-850-1371. Now, with the present world statistics, that from now to the year 2030, we're in 2022, so that's in 8 years' time, there's going to be a great increase in the rise. So it's like, according to it, we are sitting on a gunpowder that can explode at any point in time. What scares me is the rate at which people are getting involved in drugs. My fear is this: what gives me the assurance that the person driving the taxi that I boarded is not on drugs? What gives me the assurance that the pilot flying the plane I'm on board of is not on drugs? Now, what gives me the assurance that the person who is just, something happened on Thursday. I was at Oja Tuntun. So something else happened again this morning. From the way the fellow responded, it was quite clear he was on drugs. I wanted to maneuver my way and park. So he was pushing a wheelbarrow. So normally when a car comes beside you, it's either you wait for the car or the car waits for you. So I was trying to wait for him to pass. And so the next thing I had was, I just looked. I was like waiting for him so that he could pass. Right. So it's like everyone on the street, you don't even know who is on the street that is not on drugs now. So it's becoming something else.
It has.
I actually think also the economic conditions
Exactly.
in
Yeah.
Nigeria
I was going to say
are a
that too.
contributing factor. Globally, if you look at poorer neighborhoods and poorer cities, they tend to abuse drugs a lot more than richer neighborhoods. And even the kind of drugs that poorer neighborhoods tend to engage in on a larger scale tend to be a lot more destructive than those you would see in richer neighborhoods. And with the economic impact that COVID-19 had on people, not only in Nigeria but globally, the entire global economic market took a massive hit with COVID-19, and it's largely reflected even within the Nigerian community and the Nigerian nation. So, with people getting poorer and poorer, and I would say there are fewer, would I say, panaceas that people can run to. I mean, there's religion, there's a whole lot of other things, that recreational activity somewhat, but many of those things are
That you
even
have to pay for.
expensive, and you have to literally pay a lot of money for them. So many people in poorer neighborhoods and in poorer nations will tend to see drugs as an escape route for them.
So people are seeing drugs as a means of escape from some of the things they are going through. Yeah. The phone line you can call in to ask your questions, make a contribution is still open. That's 0810 850 1371. So, in essence, I think the economy has a lot to do on the sharp increase, most especially our economy here in Nigeria, in Africa as a whole. That's why the world projection is that by 2030, out of the 11% in the whole world, Nigeria and Africa will be taking like 40% of people who are addicted to drugs, which is a very, very big chunk. So that means the remaining part of the world is taking just 60%. How many continents? 7 continents. Nigeria, Africa is 1 continent. So the other 6 continents are taking 60. So it's like 10% in each continent, and Africa is taking 40%. That's something terrible. And I want to say this is mainly because of our economy, because of our level of education. Enlightenment plays a major role in this case of this issue of drug misuse and drug abuse. I have had the opportunity of going to quite a number of schools. I still went to one on Thursday, whereby we talk to these students, enlighten them about misuse and abuse of drugs, the end results, how it destroys their life, how it destroys their destiny, what they need to do. They shouldn't allow peer influence to push them. They shouldn't allow anything to push them into doing drugs, because we made them realize the simple truth that when you are hooked on drugs, to come out of it becomes a major problem. So, well, as we begin to wrap up the program, if you have any questions, or you need counseling, or you need help dealing with a drug situation, either for you, a family member, or a friend, you can always call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. I take the number again, 0816 598 8565. We are always available to talk to you and to help you out. And you can also check our website to get more information. Just log on to www.rebuildingdrugfreefoundations.org. We are working hard to make sure we also put in content and information that can help you on the website. Isaac, I don't know if you want to say anything before we round up.
I just think that also we should work more on creating more effective rehabilitation for people who are already hooked on drugs. Because I was looking at a statistic that said Alcoholic Anonymous, which works towards helping people into narcotic and alcoholic abuse, which is a largely faith-based organization, only had a success rate of about 25%.
Wow.
So people who go into those organizations end up, only 1 in 5 of them end up not going back to the drugs that they abuse. So possibly research, working on better rehabilitation for them, and most importantly, telling people the importance of not going into drugs to start with. Because once you go and begin to abuse drugs, it's extremely difficult to go clean. And even when you do go clean, to not go back is also very difficult.
Okay, Joel, 1 minute,
All right.
anything?
In 1 minute, I want to say that one thing in Nigeria that from generations past we've always been talking about in our history is we like to do a lot of salvaging instead of preventing. It's more difficult to get out. So let's pump in more money, more awareness. I mean, like this program to preventing it, to preventing and letting people know. And then things that push people into it, like the economy and whatnot, instead of trying to forget your problems, why don't you just get up and try to solve it? Because when you're down from your high, you still find your problem staring you in the face. So
That's true. So, if you want to support what we do in rebuilding drug-free foundations, something like this program, we need finance to keep it running on here. So, feel free to call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. I take the number again for you to support us, for you to help us keep this program running, for you to support us as we continue to reach out to our teeming youths. You can call or send a WhatsApp message to 0816 598 8565. At this junction, I have to wrap up the program. Juvenile Dreams, a production of Rebuilding Drug-Free Foundations, a program where we talk about drugs, drug misuse, drug abuse, and drug addiction and other vices that are interconnected with drugs. I also want to thank my guests in the studio, Isaac and Joel. Thank you for coming. I also appreciate everyone on duty in the studio with me right now. Thank you for making things work as usual. Until next week, do have a wonderful weekend. Bye and God bless.